Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts89. Well, I just stumbled on the 28th season of South Park. I'd heard all the buzz about the controversies and all that, but I thought it was exclusive to Paramount Plus, so I didn't even look for it. And I was just on 10 Plus, and I realised South Park's on here. And I looked, and the first episode was going to expire in like one day. I'm like, well, I should probably watch this. So I got the first 3 episodes of the season, so I'm guessing things are not all things are exclusive on Paramount Plus, and after a while they go to the commercial station, and then they go on to the streaming platform 10 Plus. So I watched the first 3 episodes. Now the first episode wasn't that funny, and I was a bit disappointed because I'd heard that South Park wasn't funny anymore, but you can never tell who has an agenda and what they're saying things for, because I'd heard that they were going political and they were depicting Donald Trump, having relations with Satan and things like that, and I thought, wow, I'm surprised they can get away with that. And the reason why they apparently can is because they make a lot of money. And I'm like, well, that's going to give them a buffer, but I'm not sure if that's going to last forever. So I watched the first episode, and it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't that funny, but it was kind of interesting. It was really political. But the kids were possessed, and they kept doing this 6-7 joke, which I didn't get. And I'm like, is this like the second part of like a season finale or something where the kids all get possessed or something? Because next episode they're all like possessed, and eventually Kenny gets, not Kenny, oh my god, who was the big Cartman? Honestly, it's been 25 years since I watched South Park. I used to watch it back in the day. I watched like the first couple of seasons. I was there for like the first season, and I watched it for at least 2 or 3 years, and then I got cable when I moved, and then I just sort of got out of the habit of watching it. I saw the movie, and that's the last I remember of South Park. I've got some figures, and I had a packet of Cheesy Poofs for a while, and I kept the box for years. But eventually, I just kind of forgot about South Park. And the last thing I remember was not to F with Wendy Testerberger. But that's how far out of date I am. But I was kind of surprised at how political it was. But it wasn't really that funny. Then the second episode, thank God, was pretty funny. Basically, they're at the White House, and the White House is haunted because Donald Trump has aggravated some spirits when he tore down the East Wing. So, and it was pretty cool. Like they depicted the White House like with a black background and like stormy weather and thunder and lightning, and they had the Amityville music playing in the background. And his wife, I forget her name, she was being depicted as this woman, because she was just standing in the shadows with this big hat and you can't see her face, and she was like haunting him, and she scares little Donnie in the shower. And my god, they depict Donald Trump as having a micro penis, although I think it should be drawn smaller if it's actually as small as they say it is. Proportionally, you shouldn't really be able to see it, but a lot of Donald Trump running around naked, and it's just kind of disturbing. And his little they depict J.D. Vance, where his name is, as Tattoo from Fantasy Island. It's pretty funny. And oh my god, Pam Bondi. They keep periodically depicting her with shit on her face from all the brown nosing. This is the second time I did this video, because the first time I did try to do a review of these, I that just remembering that and putting it into words just made me laugh so much. I had to pause for a minute. But so little Donnie's trying to get rid of Satan's baby because he impregnated Satan. It's not going so well. And eventually, the kids who have kind of had it with the town because it sucks now, they set up a website and they get a bunch of followers, and they're like, well, now we have to monetize it. So they, set up like a crypto coin, and one of their assistants or whatever has to go to the White House to have it signed off on so they can sell it while it's up and make money. But he shows up during a seance to get rid of the evil spirits, and then they blame it all on him, and he's indicted, and so are the paranormal people. Basically, anyone who bothers the government is just indicted. And God, the Pam Bondi depiction at the end with fecal matter on her face was just hilarious, because it's not just the animated one. They also use photos of the politicians when they're like on TV on Fox News and stuff. Now the third season was all about AI generated revenge porn, basically, and they're using animated cartoons. I'm so glad they didn't show Popeye, but they involve Bluey, and apparently Bluey's a girl. I thought Bluey was a boy. I mean, I've never seen the show. I just know it's Australian and it's successful, so I'm proud. But Yeah, eventually, I mean, I don't know. The police get involved. They don't actually really understand it's fake videos, and they try to go to court. And there's this horrible depiction of the Japanese IP owners from Crunchyroll who are offended that they created AI of someone having relations with one of their characters, and they put them in jail, and they have them with really stereotypical Asian accents, and the police can't understand what they're saying, and they just think they're Asian lawyers because they're dealing with this, and it's actually about IP, and it's kind of funny. The political stuff is funny. The Pam Bondi stuff was hilarious. South Park is still funny. I guess it's still relevant. It's still good. Now, how long they can survive, I don't know, because they make money, so they have a bit of a buffer, but I don't think that's going to last forever. But we'll see. I think I'm going to keep watching. After a 25-year gap, I'm back. A fan of South Park.